is Anne Bressington, and until March of 2014, I was a member of the South Australian Parliament. At the beginning of my 8 years in Parliament, I truly believed it was an opportunity to try to make things right for the people. Not so. Parliament was all about the few exerting power over the many by implementing laws that literally guaranteed no justice, unless of course you were one of the select few who had the money to pay for that justice. Debt is overwhelming for so many, and the people have become conditioned to living with hardship, struggle and deprivation. My good people, I am here today to tell you that the world changed with the stroke of a pen on the 11th of March 2014. The world owes a heartfelt thank you to the Laos government, who signed an agreement with UN SWISSINDO to release the funds of Spiritual White Trust to the world. This was something that no other government at the time in the world was willing to do, to release the wealth back to the people of the world. The One People's Public Trust first awakened many to the fraudulent banking system and corporate system when it foreclosed on all corporate governments, banks and corporations. The slavery system lawfully was no more. Mr. Sino AS, 681st King of Kings of Kingdom, God, Sky, Earth, used the foreclosures as a tool to work on an initiative to release the payments 1 to 11 to the people from the trust account. This will mean an end to poverty, wars and starvation, while governments focused on redistribution of wealth through taxes, levies, fines. Mr. Sino AS worked tirelessly to find a way to end the slavery system once and for all, and to free humanity from the grip of the cabal. He found an ally in Laos, and the agreement was signed, sealed and delivered on March 11th, 2014. Power will be restored to the people and balance will be restored to the planet. UN SWISSINDO is partnering with many projects for the release of new technologies that will benefit all of humankind. Government roles will change dramatically. They will protect and serve rather than rule over. Over the coming months, your corporate governments will be invited to attend a World Treaty event. We, the people, must insist that they attend on our behalf. We, the people, must now take our lives back and dare to dream of unlimited possibilities. This is not the new world order that so many fear. We've been already living with that system for decades and the programming that went with it. This is a global reset. This is the creation of a new world for all to prosper, and it comes from love, respect, honour and integrity. Dear people, listen and learn over the coming months. Trust that UN SWISSINDO, Mr. Sino and all others that have been working on the prosperity projects can now say to you, you are free to be and to do whatever makes your heart sing. I am proud to announce that I have been appointed UN SWISSINDO Prime Minister for Politics and Diplomacy in Australia. And I promise you, politics will change, and it will change for the better. It will move from a service of self-service, from a system of self-service, to a system of service to the people. It is done. I thank the Australian Government for accepting payments 1 to 11 on behalf of the Australian people. And I pray for a smooth transition from the old system to the new. They have shown us clearly in the past what we do not want. Now, let them deliver to us what we all want and need, true freedom. God bless you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Peter Van Mount and I'm a member of the Australian UN SWISSINDO delegation. I would first off like to thank Mr. Sugihato Tononagoro for making all of this possible. He has for a long time carried this burden by himself and sought a responsible way by which to release the value to the people, to end the current system of slavery, of hunger, famine, need, lack and want. Those things can be things of the past, whereas the future now opens up to us in a beautiful way through the God, Sky, Earth, Sea Bank. I would like to thank the government of Laos for being the first government to sign up to the God, Sky, Earth, Sea Bank, and I would like to urge the Australian government to do so as well, and thank them for their consideration. I would like to thank my colleagues whom I've stood shoulder to shoulder with and worked together with over the last 10 months for sharing the vision of their hearts and working hard to make the vision of their heart into a usable model for a new reality that we will all enjoy in abundance. Thank you.
To all honourable people within all of the political parties in Australia, the Laos Government and Mr. Sugihato Tononagoro, I would like to take this opportunity to inform you that I have accepted a position on the Australian delegation of God, Sky, Earth, formed by UN SWISSINDO, and will do my very utmost to ensure that the human obligation and the CVAC project is utilised in the manner that it has been created for, which is for all of the people of this earth. Within this project, there are funds available to end this current structure of slavery and restrictions and move towards a fairer world, where people's value are made available to them rather than being retained by a small few. I would like to see the leaders of all parties attend the treaty event, which is planned for June 2nd, 2014, and accept the funding available under the God, Sky, Earth, Sea Bank, and implement a fairer system and end the turmoil currently present, which includes housing for all, food for all, and clean water. With this, we also look forward to releasing technology which will allow us to move away from the current banking and petrodollar restricted world. I would also like to thank the Laos government for being the first government to accept and sign on to God, Sky, Earth. I look forward to working with them and creating the requirements needed to free their country. Finally, I would like to thank Mr. Sugihato Tononagoro for affording me this opportunity and am anxious and enthusiastic to start my tasks to assist in delivering God, Sky, Earth, Sea Bank. In humble gratitude, John Fernandez.
My name is Rena Iliadis, and I would like to begin first by expressing my deepest gratitude for the opportunity to be involved with such amazing people. They've taught me to use my heart to move my lips, to use my internal song as my voice, and to take steps in my journey using not my feet as the guide on the path, but the design and the architecture of the inner temple as the blueprint. For this alone I will be eternally grateful, and if nothing else, I will always carry this with me, come what may. I would like to express my deepest respect for Mr. Sugihato Tononagoro for allowing this process to take place in each of us by giving us the space with our judgment for both our victories and our disappointments. Much of our work has been practical in the development of the new system of governance based on the filings of the former OPPT, all the while not realising that whilst we were transforming the outside world, the inner world was transforming in absolute synchronicity. We hope to have put together a founding basis from which the people of the world can use as a guide. to begin their own process to transform as individuals, as a community, as a nation, and finally as a one humanity. For the Laos government, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for having the courage to step up and be counted amongst your people, and the wisdom to be an example to the rest of the world for the innate abundance, blessings and beauty that this world has to offer, and that we all know in our hearts is possible. I look forward, as do all the delegates, in working closely with you to achieve these goals as an example to the world. Again, I thank you, thank you, thank you. As one of the 26 representatives of my home country in Australia, the land where I was born, and for its beautiful people that I respect and love, my husband and my children, my neighbours, my community, my colleagues and ancestors, I thank you, but not only those that supported me to be here in Cirebon, Indonesia today, but equally I thank those that did not, as the balance is not only welcomed, but sometimes absolutely necessary. The Green-Hilton Agreement with JFK and President Sukarno in our most recent history was to change the world. It was not to be in 1963 for whatever reason. The times are now different. The people are different, and history has changed us all. For those in local, state and federal government who are in support of the mission and who ensured a safe passage for the Australian delegation for the Super Samar event to have been made possible, I thank you and I urge you to invite your colleagues to the treaty event for June 2nd, 2014. I'm excited about the prospect of working with each and every one of you to implement the vision that you hold for your country, for our world. Those in both official and non-official positions in government, in order to do this with the proper tools, support and funding to help that dream come to fruition. I look forward to returning to my home and to your joining us in this journey and in this time of great change. Thank you.
I would like to introduce myself. My name is Robert Fletcher. Together with 26 others, form the Australian delegation, aligned with God Sky Earth and UN SWISSINDO, in this endeavour to bring freedom, prosperity and abundance to the world as creation intended. This opportunity has been given many times, but we failed to act. This time we stand before you with a clear message of love and compassion for all unconditionally. It is an inherent right for all on this earth to live by free will and to do and be what nature gifted to us upon creation's manifestations of the human form. It is now this gift of free will can be realised without prejudice, and to start working as one with each other to bring about the change we all in our hearts have been longing for. For all the people who have supported this journey, I thank you. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Australian Government for giving me the opportunity to represent my country. Also, I would like to thank the Laos Government for having the courage to step forward before all others and to stand in their truth as a guiding light to the rest of the world. And last but not least, I would also like to thank Mr. Sugi for making this possible with a selfless act of giving gift in the world with payments once within. These payments were entrusted to Mr. Sugi, and yet through his actions of love, acceptance and gratitude for everyone, shows that the people of the world are the beneficiaries of a trust that hold the keys